Hello guys, it's Den here. Welcome back to another Minecraft video. And today we're going to be playing some Bed Wars. But the main topic today, if you have read the title, it's going to be me talking about why I have decided to buy a new mouse to replace my current mouse, which is a Ola Ghost Shark. But before I get into this video, if you have not noticed, I have 88 subs currently at this moment, and I'm about to reach 100 subs. So it would be a huge favor if you were new to my channel and you have not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I will be making a 100 subscribers special video. I'm still planning on it right now. So yeah, hit that subscribe button and let's get into the video. Alright guys, so let's start from the beginning with my mouse, and I'm gonna slowly move on to my new mouse which I'm going to get, which is the glorious Model D. And yeah, so let's talk about my mouse right now. My mouse right now, I have a few complaints with it. The the Ghost Shark, it's really heavy, so that's something that I don't really like. It makes it pretty difficult for me to aim when I PvP other people, and I can't really butterfly click or jitter click on it because actually I could kind of jitter click on it, but I can't butterfly because the mouse buttons on this thing are really small. The buttons 1 and 2 are really small, so it's really difficult for me to click on it. And mention and continue from before, it's a pretty heavy mouse, so I can't really aim while I PvP, which is something. If you can't aim, you can't really do anything in the game. I want to say that my mouse right now, the side buttons are kind of broken, so that's kind of bad because if you don't know, I'm a Bed Wars YouTuber, and something important about Bed Wars is that you have to hotkey. Well, I've set two of my hotkeys on my side buttons, but that doesn't really seem to be working out because when I press the second side button, it doesn't really register, and I have to use my scroll wheel to go down, so that's kind of bad. And speaking of my scroll wheel, that brings us up to the next topic about my scroll wheel. So my scroll wheel, it's kind of rusty, I'm not gonna lie, okay? No hate on the Ola factories and those stuff, those companies, but this scroll wheel is kind of bad, I'm not gonna lie. So what I don't like about the scroll wheel is that when you scroll on it, there's just like this tug on it that makes it feel unnatural. It's not like smooth or anything. It just feels unnatural to like scroll it. So I don't really like the scroll wheel. I'm not a big fan of that. And sometimes another complaint about my mouse is that sometimes it's um the DPI changes and my sensitivity always like goes up, which is really annoying because when you're in the middle of a fight with someone, you really don't want that to happen because if you're used to a your current DPI and it suddenly changes, like what could you do? Your aim's literally going to be trash, and adding that up to the weight of my mouse is just completely horrible. No hate. This mouse, also the price of it was not really worth it. I did some research and I found a couple of other mice that were the same, like the model was the same, but the brand was different. So those come in at like $20 to $30, but I got my Ola Ghost Shark for $50, which is I think it's completely not worth it. So I would not recommend this mouse for Minecraft PvP or any type of PvP, but no hate. Okay. Also, for for the Ghost Shark, the chroma settings for it, it's kind of, I don't really like the chroma effect on this mouse. It's not a big deal, but it's just my opinion about this mouse. The effects are kind of not smooth, and the lighting's missing in some areas. You could see there's like some lighting in the middle of it, but like on the top there's like no lighting, even though there's supposed to be lighting there. And on the sides too. The sides are supposed to be chroma on the whole a section, but it's only on half of it, so that's kind of bad. The buttons 1 and 2 on my current mouse also slides a lot, which is kind of bad because when you want a jitter, you want the buttons to like stay in their position. But if it slides side to side, it just doesn't feel natural to jitter because when I jitter, you're supposed to get high CPS, but when the buttons are moving, it's kind of hard to get high CPS because they're moving with your hand and it's not really clicking and that's kind of bad. So the sliding is kind of an issue for both buttons. Another complaint about my mouse is the feet at the bottom of it, which constantly feel unnatural for me when I slide on my mouse pad. It just feels like there's something that doesn't belong down there, but is there, if you get what I mean. But what I like about the mouse I currently have is that the the shape of it is really nice because it's fitting for your hand. There are like side places where you can rest your ring and pinky finger, which is pretty nice, so you could aim, although it's a bit heavy. Alright, so I ordered the Model D a few days ago and it looks it looks really cool. And before I ordered that mouse, I've done some research about it before, so I know exactly what I'm getting. So this mouse, what I like about it is its feet. The feet has like 4 feet installed onto it, like pre-installed, and if you don't like that, you can install more feet on it to make it even more flexible when moving around and more light. And that brings us to our next feature about it, which is that it's really light. It's kind of famous for that. So I think I'll like that mouse because of how light it will be. So I'm pretty sure it will improve my aim because it's gonna be like my hand just moving around. That'll be really nice. And also one of the main reasons I got it was because I wanted to butterfly click. So there is the software for this Glorious Model D mouse where you could adjust the debounce time for it, which allows it to double click. Double clicking increases the CPS and yeah. Well, CPS doesn't really make you better at Minecraft PvP, but it's just something I would want to have well when I bridge because in Bed Wars you have to learn how to bridge a lot and that's just an important part of Bed Wars. Well, in PvP wise, it's gonna be good too because low C high CPS is always better than low CPS. If you could get high CPS, I would rather get high CPS than stay at a low CPS because you want to get some of those extra hits on your opponent. So that's what I really like about the Glorious Model D. So moving on from that, I would like to talk about the chroma on that mouse, which is really nice and I really like it. So since there are like holes in it that make it really light, you can see the chroma through it and that looks really nice. And also the RGB strips on the sides, they're really nice too. It just looks like a something a pro gamer would get and it was recommended on a lot of videos I've watched. It was recommended on the channels with the top PvP players in Minecraft. It was it was recommended on a bunch of different channels, not including and not including Minecraft, both of those. So this is a viral mouse and I want to get into the hype, so I've decided to get it at a cheap price of $50. That is pretty cheap, but I live in Canada, so it's actually $80 for me, but it's alright. I think it's gonna be worth it because of the hype. Everyone's using it. It's really nice, it's really light. Yeah, it's really good for butterfly clicking, good for CPS. Just just something that would help me improve a lot, which is something that I want. And yeah, that's what I want to say about the glorious Model D. I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, please remember to smash that like button and also subscribe. Yeah, that's it. See ya.